I want to give the floor now to Mr. Larry Attree, Saferworld.
Madam President, Your Excellencies, honoured delegates, conflict and violence are growing fast. 2014 was the deadliest year since 1989. Last year, for every dollar of ODA, the world spent $13 on defence. 1 in every 122 humans alive today is a refugee. Lebanon hosts more than 1 refugee for every 4 residents. Conflict is a cancer with no place in a healthy world. It hurts us all. It traps the poorest and most vulnerable. In peaceful, wealthy nations, people fear this growing instability. Their compassion has prompted a reaction to the refugee crisis, but this reaction has remained shallow and short-term. Meanwhile, the media portray terror in a way that has prompted a panic-stricken amnesia about what causes conflict and how to get to peace. In the face of instability, we see minor adjustments to refugee quotas, a return to militarism, the reinforcement of strongmen and their police and armies, while civil society space shrinks around the world. We see a world of nations acting in the individual, short-term interest and not the long-term human interest. This model of security cannot stand. The destructive force of violence has not provided a solution to the problems of Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Afghanistan, Yemen, South Sudan, Mali. Their people cry out to us to heed the lessons painfully learnt by past generations, that violence, corruption, injustice and authoritarian rule beget suffering and instability that only peacemaking tools can overcome. The world needs a generational vision that speaks to the roots of our deepest problems. This is why Agenda 2030 has potential. Freedom to speak out, to participate in decision-making, action on corruption and the flow of dirty money away from those who need it, access to justice and legal identity, a commitment to end violence, action on inequality in every walk of life for every person, most importantly for women. These are the people's priorities, the world they want their children to live in. They need peace as they need clean air, water and food. Hearing them and uniting behind peace, justice and development in Agenda 2030 took a lot of effort. For this, we congratulate not only those governments and organisations who championed this, but also those who had misgivings, but who managed to forge this crucial global consensus. But we haven't achieved anything yet, and we now need 3 things. First, a focus on people. As we define priorities to fit each context, we need inclusive consultations where we keep listening to all of the people. And we must make the verdict of the public the primary measure of performance against these goals. Second, unflinching support. We want all stakeholders to make public their plans to advance Agenda 2030 in the next 100 days. And creating data to uphold the ambition set out in Goal 16 is now a top priority. Third, we need togetherness. Whatever you make of this house of multilateralism, the world's people must live in it. Divided against itself, this house cannot stand. Must nations compete here at each other's expense? And what good can development intentions achieve if we are selling arms hand over fist, while corporations are free to evade taxes and abuse the environment? Peace requires a realignment with the common good, even where this affects the profits and the privileges of the few. Only through togetherness, focused on the common good, can we advance equality, sustainability, prosperity and peace all at once. Civil society actors like Saferworld stand together with you, ready to galvanise political commitment, produce the data we need, strengthen communities on the ground and support lessons sharing. So we pledge today our best efforts to make peace, participation, people's security, gender equality, justice and integrity come alive with and through your institutions. Madam President, thank you.
Thank you.